what's going on, y'all? Big Sarge here, host of the Sports Talk with Big Sarge show on YouTube and co-host of the Locked On Texans podcast, available wherever you get your podcast from. All right, in the movie Groundhog Day, Bill Murray's character keeps reliving this same day over and over again, just different occurrences throughout the day, but it's the exact same day. So once he finishes that one day, goes to sleep, wakes up, it's the same day, just different things occur. So when the Houston Texans played the Chicago Bears, when they went to sleep, they woke up, it was almost like they were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars, because the exact same way that they won against the Chicago Bears is the exact same way that they had to win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Went to sleep, woke up, and like they were in the game against the Buffalo Bills, and that outcome was the same. All three of those wins, what they have in common is the same day, same ugly win. Now, you've heard me say this on numerous occasions right here on this field. There's no such thing as an ugly win, ugly loss, pretty win, pretty loss. They all count the same in the win-loss column. But what most fans and media members expect from the Houston Texans with that amount of talent that they have on both sides of the ball is to not have to keep winning these close games. Now, that's a good thing and a bad thing. The bad thing first, when you have that amount of talent, you're looking at an offense that should be putting up at least 25 to 27 points a game. They have the offensive firepower. Now, I know they've been without Joe Mixon for the last 3 weeks, but they still have the offensive firepower in quarterback C.J. Stroud and the receivers that they have to put up those type of numbers. And it seems like that offense just can't get going, especially in the second half, where it seems that they become so ineffective. Just like against the Buffalo Bills today, you score 17 points in the first half, and then you only score 6 points in the second half. On Monday's show, we talked about how the Houston Texans second half offense is putrid, 8.5 points a game. The 6 points that they had today came from Texans all-time leading scorer Kaimi Fairbairn, who had to kick a 59-yard field goal to win the game. With that amount of firepower that you have, you should be winning games by way more than that. Very uncharacteristic game from C.J. Stroud with the 2 turnovers and the grounding penalty that he had. But on the flip side of that, the good part of that, last season, these games when the Houston Texans had them, they would lose them. They could not they could not pull out the close games. This year, with a 4-1 record after 5 games, they are pulling out these wins, barely winning these games, but winning them. And that's what you need in order to build character throughout the season. The Texans defense looked great. They held Josh Allen to 9 completions for 131 yards. You held the AFC Offensive Player of the Month to 131 yards passing and 1 touchdown, which really came by fluke play on that 4th and 5 when Keon Coleman was able to slip the tackle of cornerback Kamari Lassiter and score. You take that away from him, the Texans defense held Josh Allen in check. That's something that you need. Something that you need is to have this Houston Texans defense playing like they are lights out, especially in the second half, and keeping these teams at bay so the offense can give them a chance to win games. What we need to see is an offensive performance, an offensive breakout from the Houston Texans. We need to see that. Not only do we need to see that, they want to see that. And so they like I said, they're 4-1 after 5 weeks. They move on to play the New England Patriots next week up at Foxborough. The status of Nico Collins is still uncertain. He pulled his hamstring after scoring on that 67-yard pass play from Stroud to him. He went out right after that, so it's still uncertain. Don't know if Joe Mixon will be back yet. Don't know if Christian Harris will be back. Don't know if Dameon Pierce will be back. Once the Texans get healthy, I better watch out, because after 5 weeks, they're 4-1. They're still tops in the AFC. they're this close to having those breakout games where they can push themselves over the top and become the contenders that everybody thought that they would be in the AFC. Make sure you follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Make sure you follow me on the Tick and the Talk at Big Sarge Media. Follow me on Instagram at Big Sarge Sports with the Z at the end. Because, you know, we do everything for the gram. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Big Sarge Media. Locked On Texans podcast daily. Available wherever you get your podcast from. Big Sarge, I'm out.